Have you ever asked yourself the question, what is the purpose of life? There's one clear answer to this age-old question that rings true, no matter what deeply held beliefs you may have. An answer that, if all humanity could really understand it, I think it could change everything. So what is the purpose of life? It's relationships, specifically learning and progressing with life's most important relationships. And if you think that's too simple, I might add that a lot of the greatest truths are often so terribly simple they get drowned out by society. So let's take a moment to talk over why relationships are so important to our existence and how having a clear answer to the purpose of life can bring us joy and peace and direction to our lives. How much time each of us will have on earth will always be a mystery, but how we view it and what we do with our time is always in our control. It takes a lifelong vow to not let life just wash over us and be pushed around by circumstance. Now, can you imagine building or creating an amazing city or a beautiful building without a blueprint? The most successful people in the world are those that have such a blueprint. They're hyper-focused on what they want, and they make moves every day motivated by their blueprint. How we build our lives is an area we can't afford to buy the value meal on, as cheap and satisfying as it may seem in the moment. We all deserve the best blueprint for our lives that money can buy. But the best part is, it doesn't cost any money at all. But it does take active commitment and time to realize that we want the best life imaginable. This is where relationships come in. The relationships in our lives are the very fabric of our existence. First, let's talk about God, or the lack of such an entity. For those of you that believe in God, this is where your blueprint must begin, your relationship with God. Now, for my atheist friends, and I do have lots of those, you don't get a hall pass on this one either. I'm not going to debate your belief for 1 second. I respect you, and regardless of belief, we are all in this existence together. So whether or not you believe in God, one thing is for sure, you exist. We're all here, the universe is real. And so if God isn't your number one priority, it should still be something bigger than yourself, whether it's taking care of the earth, nature, taking care of those that are less fortunate than you. Our relationship with God, or something bigger than ourselves, helps us to take the self out of being centered. If we center our lives on serving others, serving God, taking care of what we've been given, our lives will never be poor, regardless of income. In my blueprint, I call this relationship priority spiritual health. And here's a little bit of what I have in my statement. An attitude of love and gratitude should permeate my life. Remember the promises I've made and never forget to analyze every action against those promises. This life is temporary, and nothing matters compared to my commitment to serve God and His children. Serve and then serve again. The next most important area on our blueprints has to be a focus on our family and our relationships there. If you're married or in a committed relationship, your partner takes the first level priority. If you don't have a partner or much of a family, then focus on your closest relationships. There's a reason why the most cruel form of punishment is isolation. We're social beings and we need relationships. Now, if you feel alone, I truly understand, and I truly send you my deepest love. I know it's hard, but with some time and some emotional resilience, I know that you can find and create new and meaningful relationships in your life. My family health section says, work together with my wife on all our family goals and personal dreams. And it reminds me to go on regular dates with my wife. And then it says, get rid of stupid phones and distractions. Be connected with each other and as a family. Remember that connectedness is one of the biggest factors in the health and success of our clan. Be together, be present, be open and honest, love, and also go on regular kid dates. Next is our relationship with our body and our minds, our mental and physical health. And this is an area where I'm just barely starting to make progress. I know how hard it can be, but with time and commitment, you can rewrite your blueprint of your body and your mind and make some real changes. Over the past couple years, I've lost over 100 pounds, and I'm actually starting to crave the feeling of getting stronger. If you would have told the old me that, I never would have believed you. My blueprint in that area says, lean on your successes and stay committed. Track daily physical activity and do your best to improve a little every day. Don't be too hard on yourself. Love who you are and have fun. Remember all the positive outcomes that will follow a healthy lifestyle. I will thrive is the way I live my life and approach all challenges. I will not tolerate limitations, and I will live my life full of gratitude and positivity. Now, let's talk about our relationship with money. This topic can generate fear in some, and in others, empowerment in knowing that money isn't controlling them. Which person do you want to be? I know that for me, from my childhood, I am hardwired to think that money is so hard to attain. So guess what? With that idea in my mind, of course money was hard to acquire. Fix your blueprint, and you'll be amazed at what magic can happen in your life with a little bit of work. My blueprint for financial health says, there is zero priority to be rich for the sake of being rich. All worldly wealth will fade away and provides no true happiness or meaning. However, with my extremely poor childhood, I am motivated to pursue wealth. I will become financially independent to enable me to help others and provide freedom to pursue more meaning with my passions in music and film. Be smart. Don't waste excessive amounts of time on mindless tasks. Being financially independent will take calculated and consistent efforts. I know I can do it. Read and learn to better understand what it will take. Do you hear how different that mindset is compared to the old, oh, it's hard to make money? I've been applying this blueprint for about the past 3 years, and guess what? I've made more money in the past 3 years than I have in my entire life, and not just from working some job, but from building my own businesses. There's nothing special about me either. It's just now I have a better blueprint that forces me to find ways to thrive. Next on my relationship blueprint is friendships. Mine says, stay connected with your close friends. Be a true friend to them. Make new friends. And be loving and kind to everyone you encounter. Be interconnected and caring. Find unexpected ways to serve and make others smile. No one is boring. See people for the divinity in them. And finally, the last section of my relationship blueprint is passions. It is vital to find areas in our lives where we have passion, aside from having the hots from someone. But it can be really important to have something where you can go and disconnect at times. My passion section says, I am interested in a great many things, yet my soul aches for art, music, and film. I couldn't get away from it if I tried. I love entertaining and making people smile and think. I have to keep the right mindset and remember the priorities and the order that they fall. I strongly believe that if I prioritize my life by putting God first, everything will fall into place and all areas will rise. Keep hitting it as hard as you can and make sure to be tuned into heaven to make sure time isn't being wasted on the wrong projects. There is such power in creating this, printing it off, and putting it up. I can't recommend the exercise of creating your own relationship blueprint enough. That's what makes it so extremely powerful, is that it's yours. You are making the decision to control your life and to build it the best that you possibly can. And you've got to put it up where you will see it every day. Writing it down somewhere just isn't enough. Did you know that by simply leaving out a guitar instead of leaving it in its case increases the likelihood of someone practicing by a lot? And it's just the way that our minds work. You can find the template of this blueprint at prioritizeyourlife.com/blueprint, or you can go to the link below. Please consider downloading it, creating your own version, and printing it off right now. Then don't let a single week go by where you don't inventory yourself against your building plans and against these important relationships. And now if anybody ever asks you the question, what is the purpose of life? You can say resolutely, it's relationships. I am so incredibly grateful for my life and the opportunity to try and become a better person. Thank you for being here with me and joining me on this journey where we're all trying to become the best version of ourselves and prioritize our lives.